So, liberals are still hung up on the greed angle. And I'll remind you that most people who smoke weed vote Democrat. And if you really want to see what greed looks like, let a roommate leave some of his stash out. And if you want to see what share the wealth and kumbaya looks like, let roommate A come home to find that greedy roommate B's been smoking the stash that roommate A should have been happy to share.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
Playing a gig a few years back at a club called The Garage in LA, and the drummer of the other band that was going on after us forgot his drum set, and his band asked me if they could use mine. I'm like, cool, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine, I'll let you use my kit for 15 bucks. Well, their band got mad at me. Check this out. They thought I was greedy and opportunistic, and I'm like thinking, whoa, your drummer forgot his drums, and you're mad at me. And you expect me to wait while he uses my drums. And you don't see my time or the fact that you want to use my very nice drums as a thing of value. If they wanted to rent a set of drums for that night, they would have paid far more than $15. I was actually very nice. They concluded by saying that they didn't have the money for it and blamed me for them not being able to play their gig and told me that I ruined their vibe. And as they walked away, they said, let's just go buy some beers. So they didn't have money to pay me to use my drums, but they had money for beer. True story, y'all. True story. This is a picture of the liberal mindset. Backward priorities and ever ready to project their disposition of greed onto others. I was the greedy one in their eyes, yet they were the ones who wanted to make use of what I had without giving anything back. That's very selfish and greedy. They felt entitled to my time and my drums. I had to work to earn those drums. I did the work to load them as well as remember to bring my drums along. Yet they felt entitled to them. Now I understand they felt that there's some sort of community code among musicians that we're supposed to all just be free with our stuff and whatever. If you're in a band, chances are you're wanting to make a career of being a musician, which means the first thing you need to understand is that it's a business. They talk about helping each other out, but when it comes time to return the back scratching, they're offended. I want a loan to go to college. How dare you ask me to pay this loan back? How dare you? You're just a greedy opportunist. Anyway, I made more than a fair deal with them. They stood to get far more out of the deal than what I was gonna get, but because I dared to challenge their entitlement mindset and presented them with a cost for not only for getting their gear, but wanting to use someone else's, they were angry. And that is liberalism for you. Everyone else appears greedy to them. If your prices are set too high, you're greedy. If your prices are set too low, you're greedy. High prices means you're trying to gouge people. They don't take into consideration that the reason why those prices are so high, like $4 for a box of friggin' cereal, is because of greedy union workers and union bosses demanding high compensations for entry-level work. They don't see that the companies recover their costs by passing that expense onto the consumer. This causes chain reactions and the cost of living increases everywhere, which causes union workers to again demand more than fair market value for their work, not realizing that the cost of living would decrease if they would stop demanding more than what their skill is actually worth, as well as stop demanding that the businesses be taxed more. The greedy aren't the rich business owners who are supposedly sitting on a mattress full of money. The greedy are the ones who covet the wealth of the job creators and use the state to force revenue away from the job creators. Then you have people like Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine holding rallies against Walmart. First up, don't complain about there not being jobs and then turn around and protest against a company that will most likely give you one. All those people out there cheering for Tom Morello. Tom Morello ain't gonna give you a job. Walmart most likely will. Oh, but Walmart is evil with their low prices. They're trying to monopolize everything and put mom and pop shops out of business. See what I mean? If prices are high, it's greed. If prices are low, it's greed. As if people can just charge whatever they want and the only factor in determining the cost is greed. If you're truly an open-minded liberal, please, please, please check out a book like Basic Economics by Thomas Sowell. First, More small businesses benefit from Walmart because of the traffic that Walmart brings. Second, Walmart isn't a threat to most small businesses, laundromats, martial arts studios, restaurants, etc. And if you really cared so much about mom and pop shops, you wouldn't keep demanding the minimum wage be raised. A lot of these mom and pop shops really struggle to keep up with that, which makes them have to raise their prices, which means a lot of times they can't compete, thanks to your greed, not Walmart's. Then libs will say, yeah, stuff at Walmart is so cheap because they don't pay their employees enough to support their families. If you're working an entry-level position at Walmart or any other store, you're not supposed to earn a family-supporting wage. It's a wage that's meant for a person of single status. If you want to make a family-supporting wage, learn a skill. But the greedy liberal entitlement mindset believes Walmart should pay them a family-supporting wage, which would cause Walmart's prices to go up, which affects the consumer, sales drops, people start getting laid off, and more people lose. But people say, well, what's $1 or $2 more? See, there's that selfish mindset again. You're just thinking about you. Walmart employs millions, so that $1 or $2 more means millions of dollars more. You want to blame Walmart for people in China or India working in sweatshops? No. You might want to blame China or India for people working in sweatshops. I'm Alfonso Rachel with ZoNation, where I'll remind you, most people who vote liberal like to do recreational drugs. You ain't gonna find too many junkies out there saying they vote Republican. If they dig on recreational drugs, chances are they got an Obama shirt to go with it and are Democrat voters. That should speak volumes to you. How dare you?